The universe, as I discovered, was a far more complex and dangerous place than anyone on Earth could ever imagine. I, Dr. Thomas Ashton, a lowly astrophysicist working for the International Space Agency, was about to learn that the hard way. My life had been a whirlwind of celestial calculations, astronomical observations, and endless cups of coffee ever since I'd joined the ISA. My days were filled with analyzing data from telescopes, predicting solar flares, and pondering the vast mysteries of the cosmos. It was a solitary existence, but it was the life I'd chosen. But everything changed on that fateful day in 2042 when we received a distress signal from the outer reaches of the Sol system. A small, unidentified object was hurtling towards Earth at an alarming speed. It was my job to determine its trajectory and potential impact. As I crunched the numbers, my heart pounded in my chest. The object's trajectory was erratic, suggesting it was not a natural phenomenon. It was too small to be an asteroid, and its speed was too great for any known spacecraft. I alerted my superiors, and soon the entire ISA was abuzz with activity. We scrambled to launch a reconnaissance mission to intercept the object and gather more information. I was assigned to lead the mission, a daunting task for someone who had never ventured beyond Earth's orbit. With a mixture of excitement and trepidation, I boarded the Orion, our most advanced spacecraft, and set off into the unknown. As we approached the object, it became clear that it was not a spacecraft in the traditional sense. It was a sleek, metallic pod, unlike anything we'd ever encountered. We cautiously docked with the pod and initiated a remote scan. The pod's interior was shielded, but our instruments detected a faint life sign. It was a single occupant, a young female, unconscious but alive. We decided to bring the pod back to Earth for further investigation. As we journeyed home, I couldn't shake the feeling that we were on the brink of a discovery that would change everything we knew about the universe. Back on Earth, the pod was immediately transported to a secure facility, where a team of scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to decipher its secrets. The unconscious girl was placed in a medical bay, where she was closely monitored by our top physicians. Days turned into weeks, and still, the girl remained in a coma. I visited her every day, hoping to catch a glimpse of understanding in her eyes. She was strikingly beautiful, with pale skin, flowing silver hair, and an otherworldly aura. I couldn't help but feel a connection to her, a sense of responsibility for her well-being. One day, as I sat by her bedside, I noticed a faint movement in her eyelids. My heart skipped a beat as her eyes slowly fluttered open. Her gaze met mine, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. Her eyes were a deep, mesmerizing shade of violet, filled with a wisdom that belied her youthful appearance. She spoke in a language I didn't understand, but her voice was melodic and soothing. I immediately called in a team of linguists, who were able to establish a rudimentary form of communication with her. We learned that her name was Lyra, and she was from a distant star system called Vega. She had been sent to Earth on a mission of peace, but her ship had been damaged in an attack by a hostile alien race. Lyra's arrival on Earth was a turning point in human history. It was the first contact with an extraterrestrial civilization, and it opened up a whole new realm of possibilities. But it also brought with it a host of new challenges and dangers. As we got to know Lyra, we discovered that she was not just an ordinary alien. She was the daughter of a powerful warlord who ruled over a vast empire in the Vega system. Her father, known as Tsar, was a ruthless tyrant who had conquered countless worlds and enslaved millions of beings. Lyra had fled her home world to escape her father's tyranny and seek refuge on Earth. She had hoped to find allies in humanity, but she had also brought with her the seeds of intergalactic conflict. Tsar's empire was a formidable force, with advanced technology and a vast armada of warships. He had been expanding his dominion across the galaxy for centuries, leaving a trail of destruction and subjugation in his wake. His ultimate goal, we learned, was to conquer the entire Milky Way and establish himself as the supreme ruler of the universe. Lyra's presence on Earth put us in a precarious position. We knew that Tsar would stop at nothing to retrieve his daughter and punish those who had sheltered her. We also knew that we were woefully unprepared to face a threat of this magnitude. The ISA, along with the world's governments and military forces, scrambled to devise a plan. We reached out to other alien races we had made contact with, hoping to form an alliance against Tsar. But many of them were hesitant to get involved, fearing Tsar's wrath. Meanwhile, I spent countless hours with Lyra, learning everything I could about her world, her people, and her father. She was a wealth of knowledge, and I was captivated by her stories of distant planets, strange creatures, and epic battles. Despite the gravity of the situation, I found myself drawn to Lyra. Her courage, resilience, and unwavering determination in the face of overwhelming odds were inspiring. I admired her intellect, her compassion, and her unwavering belief in the inherent goodness of all beings. As the days turned into weeks, our connection deepened. We shared our hopes, our fears, and our dreams. I taught her about Earth's history, its cultures, and its many wonders. She, in turn, shared with me the secrets of her advanced technology and the wisdom of her ancient civilization. We became more than just colleagues, more than just friends. We became confidants, partners in a fight for the survival of not just our worlds, but the entire galaxy. One day, as we were discussing the possibility of a peaceful resolution with Tsar, Lyra received a message from her home world. It was a transmission from her mother, Queen Anya, who had been secretly working with a resistance movement to overthrow Tsar. Anya's message was a plea for help. She informed us that Tsar was planning a massive invasion of Earth, using a new weapon of unimaginable power. She begged Lyra to return home and lead the resistance against her father. Lyra was torn. She wanted to help her mother and her people, but she also didn't want to leave Earth vulnerable to Tsar's attack. She knew that her father would stop at nothing to retrieve her, and she feared for the safety of her friends and allies on Earth. After much deliberation, Lyra made a difficult decision. She decided to return to Vega and face her father. She knew it was a dangerous gamble, but she believed it was the only way to stop Tsar and save both her worlds. I volunteered to accompany her, knowing that I couldn't let her face this alone. We assembled a small team of the East's best and brightest, and together we embarked on a perilous journey to the heart of Tsar's empire. Our mission was fraught with danger. We encountered hostile alien races, treacherous hyperspace anomalies, and the ever-present threat of Tsar's warships. But we persevered, driven by our determination to protect Lyra and stop Tsar's reign of terror. As we approached Vega, we received another message from Queen Anya. She informed us that she had been captured by Tsar and was being held prisoner in his palace. She urged us to hurry and rescue her before it was too late. We knew that time was running out. We had to reach Vega and rescue Anya before Tsar could consolidate his power and launch his invasion of Earth. The fate of two worlds, and perhaps the entire galaxy, rested on our shoulders. Our journey through Vega's bustling starports and vibrant cities was a whirlwind of sights, sounds, and sensations. I was awestruck by the technological marvels of Lyra's civilization, shimmering energy fields, anti-gravity vehicles, and holographic communication devices. Yet, beneath the gleaming facade, I sensed a growing unease among the populace. Tsar's iron grip on the empire was tightening, and whispers of dissent echoed through the crowded streets. We reached Tsar's imposing palace, a monolithic structure that dominated the Vega cityscape. Under the cover of darkness, we infiltrated the palace, guided by a network of resistance fighters who risked their lives to aid us. Inside, we navigated a labyrinth of corridors and chambers, each guarded by Tsar's elite soldiers. After a tense and harrowing search, we located Queen Anya, imprisoned in a lavish but desolate chamber. She was frail but unbroken, her eyes burning with defiance. With her was a young boy, her son and Lyra's younger brother, whom we hadn't known existed. He was a timid and frightened child, but his eyes held a spark of hope as he clung to his mother. We freed Anya and her son, but our escape was quickly discovered. Tsar's forces swarmed the palace, cutting off our exit. We were trapped, outnumbered, and outgunned. In the ensuing chaos, we fought our way through waves of soldiers, using our combined skills and ingenuity to outmaneuver our pursuers. But the odds were stacked against us. Just as we were about to be overwhelmed, a blinding flash of light erupted from the center of the palace. The ground shook, and the walls trembled. A deafening roar echoed through the air, followed by an eerie silence. We cautiously made our way towards the source of the commotion, our hearts pounding with anticipation and dread. What we found in the heart of the palace was beyond our wildest nightmares. Tsar lay dead, his body disfigured and charred beyond recognition. Standing over him was Lyra's younger brother, his eyes glowing with an unnatural light, his small frame radiating a power that seemed to warp the very fabric of reality. It was then that we realized the horrifying truth: Lyra's brother was not just an ordinary child. He was a latent psychic, his abilities amplified by a hidden genetic trait that had been dormant for generations. Tsar, sensing the boy's immense power, had planned to exploit it for his own nefarious purposes. But the boy, driven by fear and desperation, had lashed out, unleashing a psychic maelstrom that had consumed his father and left the palace in ruins. The boy collapsed, his energy spent, his eyes filled with terror and confusion. We rushed to his side, our minds reeling from the implications of what we had witnessed. Lyra, overcome with grief and shock, embraced her brother, whispering words of comfort and reassurance. The palace guards, witnessing their leader's demise and the boys' terrifying power, surrendered. Queen Anya, now free, assumed control of the empire, promising a new era of peace and prosperity. But the ordeal was far from over. We had to deal with the aftermath of Tsar's reign, the political unrest, and the looming threat of retaliation from his remaining loyalists. We had to help Lyra's brother control his newfound powers and come to terms with the trauma he had endured. And we had to face the realization that the universe was far more complex and dangerous than we had ever imagined, filled with hidden wonders and terrifying threats that could change the course of history in an instant. In the wake of Tsar's death, Vega teetered on the brink of chaos. The once united empire fractured into factions, each vying for power and influence. The resistance fighters, emboldened by their victory, emerged from the shadows, demanding justice and retribution. Lyra, thrust into the role of de facto leader, struggled to maintain order and prevent the empire from descending into civil war. She was young, inexperienced, and haunted by the trauma of losing her father, even if he was a tyrant. Yet, she possessed an inner strength and wisdom that belied her years. With Queen Anya by her side, Lyra embarked on a diplomatic mission to unite the warring factions and forge a new path for her people. It was a daunting task, but she was determined to succeed. She knew that the future of her world, and perhaps the entire galaxy, depended on it. Meanwhile, I worked with a team of scientists and engineers to assess the damage to Tsar's palace and contain the residual psychic energy that still lingered in the air. We discovered that the palace had been built upon an ancient alien artifact, a device of immense power that had amplified Lyra's brother's latent abilities. We also learned that Tsar had been experimenting with this artifact, attempting to harness its power for his own purposes. His reckless experiments had destabilized the artifact, leading to the catastrophic explosion that had claimed his life. With the help of Lyra's brother, we were able to neutralize the artifact and prevent further damage. But the boy's powers remained a mystery, a source of both wonder and fear. We knew that he needed guidance and training to control his abilities and prevent them from becoming a danger to himself and others. As the weeks turned into months, Vega began to heal. Under Lyra's wise and compassionate leadership, the empire slowly regained its footing. The warring factions laid down their arms, and a new era of peace and cooperation dawned. Lyra's brother, with the help of skilled mentors and therapists, learned to control his powers and use them for good. He became a symbol of hope and resilience for the people of Vega, a testament to the triumph of the human spirit over adversity. I remained on Vega for several years, helping Lyra rebuild her empire and establish diplomatic relations with other worlds. I witnessed the birth of a new galactic order, one based on mutual respect, cooperation, and the pursuit of knowledge. But my time on Vega was drawing to a close. I had a duty to return to Earth and share my experiences with my fellow humans. I had to tell them about Lyra, her brother, and the incredible journey we had taken together. As I prepared to leave, Lyra and I shared a bittersweet farewell. We had become more than just friends, more than just allies. We had become family. I returned to Earth a changed man, forever marked by my experiences in the Vega system. I dedicated my life to fostering understanding and cooperation between humans and aliens, knowing that our shared future depended on it. I often looked up at the night sky, searching for the faint glimmer of Vega, a reminder of the extraordinary adventure I had lived and the remarkable beings I had met. And I knew that somewhere out there, Lyra was looking back at me, her heart filled with the same hope and determination that had brought us together in the first place. Years turned into a decade, and Vega flourished under Lyra's guidance. The Empire had become a beacon of peace and progress, a testament to Lyra's resilience and the unwavering spirit of her people. Lyra's brother, now a young man named Kale, had mastered his psychic abilities, using them to heal the wounded, mend broken minds, and foster unity among the diverse races of the Empire. My own life on Earth had taken an unexpected turn. I had become a renowned figure, a symbol of intergalactic diplomacy and understanding. I established the Ashton Foundation, a global organization dedicated to promoting peaceful contact with extraterrestrial civilizations and advancing our knowledge of the universe. One day, I received a cryptic message from Lyra. It was a simple holographic image of a star chart, with a specific set of coordinates highlighted. Intrigued and slightly apprehensive, I assembled a team of my most trusted colleagues and set course for the designated location. After weeks of hyperspace travel, we arrived at a desolate star system, devoid of any planets or habitable worlds. A single, massive asteroid drifted in the vast expanse of space, its surface scarred by countless meteor impacts. As we approached the asteroid, a hidden hangar door slid open, revealing a sleek, advanced spacecraft unlike any I had ever seen. It was a marvel of alien engineering, its hull shimmering with an iridescent glow. We cautiously docked our ship and entered the spacecraft, our hearts pounding with anticipation. Inside, we found a vast, empty chamber, its walls adorned with strange symbols and intricate diagrams. Suddenly, the chamber filled with a blinding light, and a holographic image of Lyra appeared before us. She looked older, wiser, and more regal than I remembered. "Thomas," she said, her voice echoing through the chamber. "I have summoned you here because I need your help." Lyra explained that she had discovered an ancient prophecy, hidden within the archives of her ancestors. It spoke of a cataclysmic event, a cosmic storm that would sweep through the galaxy, threatening to destroy all life in its path. According to the prophecy, the only way to avert this disaster was to find and activate a series of ancient artifacts scattered throughout the galaxy. These artifacts, known as the stellar nexus, were said to be the keys to unlocking a hidden power that could neutralize the cosmic storm. Lyra had already located several of the artifacts, but she needed my help to find the rest. She knew that I had a unique connection to the universe, a gift for unraveling its mysteries. She believed that together, we could fulfill the prophecy and save the galaxy from destruction. I accepted Lyra's challenge without hesitation. We assembled a team of the galaxy's greatest minds, scientists, engineers, archaeologists, and linguists, and embarked on a perilous quest across the stars. Our journey took us to distant planets, hidden temples, and forgotten ruins. We encountered strange creatures, hostile aliens, and mind-bending puzzles. But we persevered, driven by our unwavering belief in the prophecy and our determination to save the galaxy. As we collected each artifact, we began to understand the true nature of the stellar nexus. It was not just a collection of ancient relics, it was a network of interconnected devices, each one amplifying the power of the others. With each artifact we activated, we felt a surge of energy, a sense of growing power. We were tapping into a force that transcended space and time, a force that could shape the very fabric of reality. But we also knew that time was running out. The cosmic storm was approaching, its destructive power growing with each passing day. We had to find the remaining artifacts and activate the stellar nexus before it was too late. The fate of the galaxy, and perhaps the entire universe, rested on our shoulders. The search for the remaining artifacts of the stellar nexus became a desperate race against time. We followed cryptic clues and ancient star maps, venturing into uncharted territories and facing unforeseen dangers. Each artifact we recovered brought us closer to understanding the immense power of the nexus, but also revealed the growing threat of the cosmic storm. We traveled to a dying planet, its atmosphere choked with toxic fumes and its surface ravaged by earthquakes. There, we unearthed a crystalline shard pulsating with an ethereal energy. On a frozen moon orbiting a gas giant, we braved sub-zero temperatures and treacherous ice caverns to retrieve a shimmering orb that hummed with an otherworldly frequency. With each artifact we collected, the cosmic storm grew closer, its ominous presence casting a shadow over the galaxy. We could feel its energy surging through the fabric of space, disrupting communication networks, destabilizing star systems, and threatening to engulf entire worlds in chaos. During our quest, Kale's psychic abilities continued to evolve. He could now sense the storm's approach, its malevolent energy resonating with his own. He began to experience disturbing visions, glimpses of a future consumed by darkness and despair. One night, as we huddled around a campfire on a barren asteroid, Kale shared his visions with us. He saw worlds consumed by fire, stars collapsing into black holes, and galaxies torn asunder. He saw the end of all life, the extinction of hope itself. His words sent a chill down our spines. We knew that we were facing a threat far greater than anything we had ever encountered. The fate of the entire universe hung in the balance. With renewed determination, we pressed on, racing against the encroaching storm. We followed Lyra's star chart to a remote corner of the galaxy, a region shrouded in mystery and legend. There, we discovered a hidden planet, its existence concealed by a powerful cloaking device. As we landed on the planet's surface, we were greeted by a sight that took our breath away. A towering, ancient structure rose from the ground, its architecture unlike anything we had ever seen. It was a marvel of engineering, a testament to the ingenuity and power of a long-lost civilization. We entered the structure, our hearts pounding with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. We knew that the final artifact of the stellar nexus lay within its depths, waiting to be discovered. But as we ventured deeper into the structure, we began to feel an unsettling presence, a sense of dread that permeated the very air we breathed. The walls seemed to close in around us, and the shadows danced with an ominous energy. Suddenly, the ground shook, and the walls began to crumble. The structure was collapsing, its ancient foundations unable to withstand the strain of our presence. We raced towards the exit, dodging falling debris and collapsing ceilings. We could hear the roar of the cosmic storm behind us, its tendrils reaching out to consume us. Just as we reached the entrance, the entire structure imploded, sending shockwaves rippling through the planet's surface. We barely escaped with our lives, our ship battered and bruised but still functional. As we lifted off from the planet, we looked back at the ruins of the ancient structure, a monument to a civilization that had vanished long ago. We knew that we had come too late, that the final artifact of the stellar nexus was lost forever. We had failed. The cosmic storm was upon us, and there was nothing we could do to stop it.